Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. And today I wanted to pop in and talk about how to have more confidence in your spiritual gifts. This is a big one. It is something that I believe we all really can utilize, right? Because no matter where you are in your specific journey, wherever you are in your learning of the abilities that you have, there's always this question that will pop up in random times about, is this really real? Do I really have this? So I wanted to go live today to talk about it. So if you're here joining me live, I'd love for you to let me know and say, hey. And if you're watching the replay, I'd love for you to comment #replay. So I want to give you some tips on how to have more confidence in your spiritual gifts. So no matter if you're interested in mediumship or if you're just connecting more to your spirit guides, or if you want to talk to your loved ones in spirit, maybe you have a healing ability and that's something you're really passionate about. What happens sometimes on the journey is we question ourselves. And some of the triggers that pop up can be from people saying, do you really have this? Or it can be something that's kind of ingrained in us that we learned a long time ago from some other pattern of worthiness. Like, can I really do this? Do I have anything to offer the world? And so breaking out of that limiting belief patterning is going to be key, but it doesn't necessarily happen overnight. Now, my mediumship mentor years ago, he always told me, hey, if you don't have confidence in yourself, how's anybody else going to have confidence in what you're giving them? And that, I believe, holds true. So really, the more that you are embodying the confidence that you have, the more that you work on doing that inner self work, the more that you will exude the confidence and you will attract more people to you that you can in turn help. So this is why having more confidence is really key. So if you're someone out there who loves doing readings or you want to help heal others or whatever it is in your life purpose, and if you are a business owner, by the way, this also really is a key to attracting more clients. But understanding the more that you are confident in your abilities, the more that other people see that, and it's this resonance. And one of the reasons is because of law of attraction and what we're putting out to the universe. If we're putting out to the universe this mixed message of, oh, I love doing readings, but I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or not, then it kind of does this weird manifestation thing where it's like, I want it, but I don't want it. So the universe is like, well, here's an opportunity, but then you said you didn't want it. So this is why it's important. So here's one tip that I wanted to talk about. So with your spiritual gifts, one way to increase confidence is to take it seriously. And sometimes we think, oh, I don't know, it's a passing thought, or I don't know about this. I mean, it's kind of fun to do it, but I'm not sure. So what I mean about taking it seriously is get the training that you need to get, find the mentor that you need, or actually do the readings. We can talk about it all day long, but until we actually put it into action and show our spirit guides and show the world, the universe, the public that we are serious about it, it will just remain in this indefinite state. So we actually need to go ahead and do the thing. So it's like if you're someone who said, well, you know what, I've been afraid, I get it. But really saying, I'm going to actually get some training because my abilities are all over the place. Or, okay, I've been doing readings on the side, but I'm actually going to like make it serious. I'm going to go ahead and start my business. That's another way to take it seriously. If you're like, okay, I'm actually going to start charging for XYZ service. That's another way to take it seriously. So really look at what would you need to feel more confident? Like, what do you feel that you would like to have to feel more confident in your ability, and really start to remedy that situation? So that's one way, because the more serious you are, it's like, all right, everybody, we're all in. That's kind of like your spirit guide saying, bam, let's do this. Let's go ahead and give this person more opportunities for what she said, for instance. So that's an example. Another thing that can be really helpful to increase your confidence is a track record. So a lot of times, if you're someone that does readings, for an example, you might be afraid to ask for feedback. You might be afraid because maybe you don't want to hear it, or maybe you're just saying, I don't know. Now, this is not to stroke your ego, but getting this feedback can be helpful so that you can have more confidence in what you're doing. So really looking at a track record, and what you can do without even asking for feedback is, if you're doing readings, you can also then say, okay, how did I feel giving that reading to that person? And you can kind of just tap into the feeling. Were you excited? Did it feel like it flowed? Okay, the next reading you give, how did it feel? And so when you look at all of them, what's the average? If the average is, I felt really positive and the person that was receiving the answers felt like this person was really receptive, then that's a track record of a positive thing. The same with looking at your intuition in your messages. If you're getting your messages from your spirit guides, which I know if you've taken Intuition Abundance Academy with me, you've already gotten that message from your spirit guides, and you know that I say to do it consistently. So if you already have your messages from your spirit guides, what's great is writing them down and then putting them down on a piece of paper, and then looking at them later. So you can say, that looked so crazy at the time, but it turned out X, Y, Z. So having a track record, keeping a journal, looking at having a recording, whatever works for you, but seeing what the pattern is. Does it feel good? How does it look? And so the more that you can see, oh yeah, I gave this message and it felt good, or this person gave me great feedback, or yeah, I didn't know why I put this down in my journal, but it actually happened. That gives you a little bit more of a confidence boost. Now, I will never encourage you, if you end up taking mediumship from me, I'm never going to encourage you to go back and ask the person, did it happen? But just looking at what is the general overview. Okay, number 3. Embrace it. It's time to embrace it. So if you want to have more confidence in your spiritual abilities, you've got to actually embrace it. So different from taking it seriously, to embrace it as part of yourself. And maybe you're ready to announce it to everyone, or maybe you feel like you don't need to announce it to everyone, but you're just truly accepting it as part of you. What I notice is there's this push-pull. It's like, I want the ability, but I don't know if I have it. And then if I do have the ability, then I'm really scared. It's the same for anything that we really want in life. But if we don't have confidence, we won't have confidence in other areas of our life. So it's like, especially if you're here to change the world, let's say you're here for your life purpose, and not having confidence in yourself or your abilities can affect if you're really wanting to live that purpose. Whether you are starting your own business or perhaps you're working in a different way, it's making sure that, I need to start at the root here, and I'm ready to do this. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes when we start something, we never fully feel ready. And that is always the case with mediumship. That is always the case with starting your business. That is always the case when we're doing something really big. We want to do it. We know that this is the next step, but we feel like, oh my gosh, I still don't feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. It's just a part of our growth. So embrace your ability, embrace your gift, and just claim it. So every day you could say an affirmation of, I embrace my intuition. I embrace my mediumship. Or you could say, I embrace being a business owner, especially if you're someone who is ready to move into that place. So I hope that these tips helped you, and I hope that you have a wonderful week as well. I will be back next week. And for those of you who are still interested in Spiritual Business Incubator, I hope to see your application pop into my inbox. Today at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to be hosting I would say relatively private Q&A session for people who are really serious about applying for the incubator but still have questions. So if that's you, check your email, let me know so that I can send you this link and give you an invite to join us in this session to get your questions answered. So I just wanted to say, hey Gladys, good to see you. Hey Scarlett, hey Christine, hey Michelle. I'm so glad that you are here today. And I hope that all of you watching the replay can really utilize these tips. So just as a recap, take it seriously, look at your track record, and embrace it. It's really important that we start doing these things because it does create this ripple effect in your life. When you have more confidence, you show up differently. You show up differently to help the people that you're meant to help. You show up differently in your personal life, your business life. Everything changes when you start to embody and claim your authentic self. All right, I will see you next week. Bye.